Welcome.
Outside the train station.
Welcome to the Kung Fu Cowboy spiritual rock and roll metaverse. Got 36 levels, but this is actually the Richard Del Connor Philosopher Poet podcast. But within that, I'm still putting it together. I probably won't even be mentioning it much, but right now I'm just kind of got to throw it out there, make sure you know what it is, and then I'm going to maybe update you as I build on it or something happens, or talk to you in the comments. I don't know, but I may not ever read the comments. It's hard for me to even read my emails. I think I got 8,000 of them right now backed up at Gmail. So it's not like if you really want to talk to me, we should talk, be friends. Go buy some of my products and you find some contact, But yeah, buy a product and then we'll talk about it. Okay. I can't afford it. I've been doing everything for free for 50 years and that's why I'm in poverty. So you need to buy something. Buy something from me. Help a starving artist. Well, I'm not starving, but if I didn't have credit cards, I would be. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. Today is the song It's Your Shadow. Wow. Big song. Has all kinds of used in different periods of my life. So this song is a very meaningful, deep song for me. So let me see. But as far as you're concerned, how do I introduce it to you? It's Your Shadow. It's about agoraphobia. It's a love song, yeah, almost. Not, I guess not really. No, it's about someone I love going through trauma and unhappiness. So that's really what this is. I'm observing and experiencing and kind of in confusion and kind of anyway. And so the rock opera Coyote in a Graveyard was written in the aftermath of all this. Well, it started during the breakup. But here we go. I was in love with a girl who had these nightmares. Okay. That's nuts and bolts of it. Okay, so what are we doing? Topic number 1 is going to be, when you listen to the wah-wah on this song, even when I was in stage, I never performed it with a regular wah-wah. If I was ever performing this song, I always performed it with my maestro phase wah. And it's different than a regular wah-wah. It operates totally differently on different principles and it has a different sound to it. And that's why I liked it. I wanted to be kind of unique in the early 70s. And so I got this thing because I thought, it sounds enough like a wah-wah, but it sounds a little different. And it's got fuzz, which I didn't use much over the years, which maybe I should have used more. To be honest with you, me and fuzz, watching everybody else overuse it made me not like it. I didn't like fuzz. I mean, I like fuzz, and I like it sometimes, but even when Hendrix didn't use fuzz all the time. Well, some people just fuzz all the time. I can't stand it. Okay, here we go. Where were we? So it's a phase wah. And in one of my music videos, I kind of show you, and I even flip it over, and you can see the diagram on the bottom of it of how it's made. And I actually meant to edit that out of the video, but I probably should black mark. Anyway, the point being is I'd love to get somebody to customize my wah-wahs, make it a combination phase wah and a regular wah. I don't know. I got all kinds of ideas. I could have been an inventor if I wasn't in poverty my entire life. And I'm going to define poverty as I still, to this day, have never made more than $50,000 in any one year. Never, ever. So never more than $50,000. Even my most successful, wonderful, fantastic years didn't top 50 grand. Okay, now where were we? I'm a cool guitarist. I am. I'm great. I'm a really good guitar player. I like listening to my guitar. I like listening to other people play guitar, but I listen to my guitar and I go, man, I'm cool. And on this song, It's Your Shadow, I really shine. Pay attention to me. It's hard to mix everything up where they belong. And the engineer I think he kind of shortchanged the drummer. I'd love to remix this, get the original tracks and remix it. He did some things to the drums which he thought were right, and we can talk about those another time, Darren Prindle. But I didn't think he did justice to the drums. But he did a bunch of other stuff that was really cool. So when you buy the soundtrack album, the rock opera, I'm going to play you several versions of the song. When you buy the soundtrack, in fact, this is the K-single. This song was liked so much and went over so well on stage, I made a K-single, a cassette. Single. We called them a K-single. Fortunately, they don't break too easily. And then it's still a shrink wrap. It's not kind of crappy shrink wrap. Maybe it's because it's so old. It's loosened up, Anyway, and I was calling myself The Coyote. So it was like a solo album of me, The Coyote. I've tried marketing myself as Richard Connor, Richard Del Connor now. I've been Coyote, The Coyote, the hippie Coyote. I'm Buddha Z, I'm Buddha Jen, I'm Jen Shanlong. I'm Richard O'Connor. Anyway, all those names. Without advertising, it doesn't matter what I call myself. I'm just anyway. Like being me. In fact, my lack of success means that I've had a wonderful life. No complications, less hassles from the press, and people not going through my trash. I got more privacy. I go places, and people leave me alone. So it's in a way, I've got a blessed life. I'm still pumping out content. I'm just not going to make any money off it until I'm dead. I guess that's the curse of being a wonderful person. You appreciate it more when you're dead than when you're alive. Anyway, this is the single. Here's the neat thing about this cassette is it actually has these two songs, It's Your Shadow and Coyote in a Graveyard. And the one side has the regular ones with the singing, the full production like you see in the movie. But the side B, I took the vocals off, and it's just the instrumentals. And I pumped this out, one of the few last things I did before I got married. I mean, I was really close to really being successful. Well, not really that close, but I was in the right direction. I was advertising. I had this going in college radio because I couldn't afford to advertise it in regular radio. So I did 350 college stations. I had 1,000 of these and sent these 350 out without as much promo and time, because normally you hire a whole bunch of people, and it's just me in my spare time making a few phone calls. But anyway, I was able to get some records, or actually I didn't even do it. Some record stations just started playing it. And they were having fun with it. And the college radio thing, they got a lot more flexibility and leeway. And they told me, and here's the survey that came out as I started getting feedback about the radio play, because it kind of got its own life going. This single was taken off back in 1989 in the college market, which isn't much of a market, but it's something. And I found out that people liked Coyote in a Graveyard with the vocals, because it's a sad but romantic song, and the instrumental version of It's Your Shadow seemed to be more appreciative. Maybe it's less scary because I'm not screaming at you. So the instrumental version of It's Your Shadow got, I think, a higher ranking than the one with the vocal. And in Coyote in a Graveyard, the one with the vocal got a higher ranking than the instrumental. So that was kind of interesting research, what little bit I've ever done, So, but anyway, you're going to hear all three versions. You'll get those two, and then you're going to get the live version. I got all bunch of, most one of those songs, I found a bunch of them. I don't know why, but I was able to find several different Coyote Graveyard or of this It's Your Shadow performances. I guess because I performed it so much in so many bands. It was one of those things that I really enjoyed performing, and people enjoyed hearing. And people loved my scream. That the only place I ever do it in any song. I do that, but I never use my falsetto. When I scream, and I use my full voice. So I'm just like breaking my voice, just pushing it beyond what it normally could hit, but forcing it to do that noise. I think it's cool. Sounds nice. Where are we? Okay, so let's wrap this. So yeah, you're going to have 3 songs in this particular podcast. I don't know how, but I know I'm going to put them in here somehow. And experimented with lyrics per song theme. I don't know what the heck that's about. I'm talking about the whole music movie. Okay, so going back to which I'm supposed to be promoting with these podcasts, the Oboy music movie. Each video in there, you're going to notice there's not much consistency. It's my first time ever making lyric videos. So I was experimenting, and I got it happening, and positioning, and size, and fonts, and I was doing different things and fading them in and out. I tried all kinds of different techniques so I could watch it and let it, because you got to watch it a few times to really get a final impression of it. And so you'll see some experimentation. So if you don't like something, in the comments. If you do like something, in the comments. Otherwise, I can't just stop making everything. But anyway, hopefully, if you like something, let me know. I'd even like to hear that more. I like praise. I like constructive criticism. Constructive. I just don't like, I don't like it. Well, it's not very. What can I do with that information? I probably don't like you. Okay, so where were we? I was even experimenting with how many lines per page. You'll notice, actually not in this one, but I created my second music movie, which is the Utah Rock Opera, which I shouldn't talk about because I'll really get you confused. I actually did another 8-song music movie. Okay. not going to talk about it. Anyway, this one, I'm experimenting with sizes and how many lines. In fact, I ended up going back and re-editing it, this No Hope and Surrender, quite a few times. Some of these several times, because like, no, let's break it up more. And so it was actually in the other video, you're going to see me like fill the page up with choruses and verses, which I kind of like doing. And since the pictures, I don't know, it's interesting. You're going to see some variation in my styling of lyric videos. Here we go. So where were we? Coyote in a Graveyard. This is the studio track of It's Your Shadow. Isn't it awesome? Isn't that awesome? Like I said, I think that I could remix it. I could mix it a little better, but I always try to give people as much power and authority as I possibly can. And then sometimes I try to fudge my comments because I could just tell them, no, do this, because I am a producer and I kind of like doing that way. But I really like to bring out other people's creativity. So I let them kind of do things and go directions that I wouldn't have requested or advised. I just kind of tried to make it work. So there was compromises. I hate the word compromise because whenever you compromise, you're losing. It's got to be win-win. You just got to, adjust, not compromise. But I feel like anyway, why am I being negative? It's great. Wait till you hear this record, this Coyote in a Graveyard rock opera. Get them. It's not a music movie. It's only the album right now. Okay, so let's see. What else do I got to say? Nothing. I showed you the single. You're gonna hear all 4 songs on the single. So you'll get the instrumental version, the singing version, and then you're gonna get the live version. So you got all kinds of music. I don't know how I'm interspersing them. And what else do I gonna say? Well, I got an outro here. Let's see what I wrote. Should be up here higher, so I'm not looking. I was noticing in one of the previous videos, I was looking down all the time. It makes me look more bald. There's not a lot of hair there, and the light shining on it. It's like, ah! This growing old thing kind of sucks. I'm not into it. All right. What did I write here? This song, It's Your Shadow, changed my life. Well, not the song, but the event that inspired it. Heartbreak, love, empathy, sorrow, loss, and death became part of my reality. I learned a lot. Please give support to people who are shy or fearful. This is actually constructive advice here now. Make them self-confident. Everyone. You've got to give everybody an ego. People are afraid of having egos and pride. No, get a big ego. Get a big head. Get some stuff, and then have humility. Humility without pride doesn't make any sense. You got to have the pride first, and you got to be humble. So make everybody prideful, okay? Less suicides, less depression. I think it's just the way to go. And let's see. Oh, and thanks to all my bandmates. I can't say that often enough. I don't know if I'll say it on the end of every video, but I was inspired to say it sometimes. And tonight, the band was Dan Link on bass, who used to be my guitar player in the 1970s. And he came back a dozen years later and played bass in this band. And sang the background vocals. And Marshall Woodson on drums. And every drummer has a unique ability. But Marshall's ability is to play the sexiest drums I've ever heard. I don't know if we got a version of him doing Musical Woman. But any song that he played was that's sexiest. He could figure out how to make it sexy. I guess it could be, but anyway, that was his strength. And thanks to all these musicians I worked with. I loved and appreciated them, and they added these qualities to my life, or my music, or my band, or my performance that I cherish and I appreciate. And I think they need to give themselves credit, give themselves some pat on the backs for these wonderful things that they've probably totally forgotten about. They probably totally forgot about me. I'm so long ago, 40 years ago, and they've done so many other things, and I never made it famous and never threw them any bucks. So what do they care? So anyway, I would throw them bucks. In fact, I'm making, when I do all my copyrights and everything and going to ASCAP, I'm mentioning out any other people so that they'll take their royalties and let's keep them. Maybe they got heirs or, kids they can give their royalties to. But I'm trying to divide everything up to as it should be. Okay, so where were we? I'm getting out of here is what I'm doing. And so anything else on my outro? I'm going for the album, Oboy, and the music movie, the Oboy, Oboy music movie. Go get them both, the album and the music movie. Do it, or you're just not gonna get the whole picture. And then the book, Batcave Goldmine. Go get it. Go get the paperback. I don't know, about $15 or something. Go buy that book and enjoy it, and then we can talk about it. And hopefully it'll show you a little piece of my life that I've kind of like never talked about. It was a hidden period of my life. So when I was trying to dredge up these stories, I was having to take some effort because I didn't talk about this stuff and tell anybody. So even accessing these memories has been kind of buried. So I had to dig through my memories to get down to this stuff. And then I added some fiction in there. So anyway, enjoy. It's Your Shadow. And actually a song about fear, and something that we don't want to happen to people. But hopefully I made it into well, actually, the song is supposed to be scary. The music video is supposed to frighten you. But anyway, most common people like that. All right, see you later. It's Your Shadow by Richard Del Conner, me. And this has been the Richard Del Conner Philosopher Poet Podcast.
Next song is Jealous Guy, another one off the album called, coincidentally, Coyote in a Graveyard.